Compassion. I honestly, my heart, went out to all these people that were obviously a victim to this devastating events, and it was really horrific, and I was devastated. And I kept thinking that we live in such a dark world at these times, and if we had a little bit more compassion and understanding to one another, none of this would have happened. And obviously it's politicians who make those decisions, and they obviously have no sense of compassion or understanding. And they want to create the sense of the other, they want to create the sense of enemy. So they justify and they bring reasons to attack them and alienate them and make us believe that they're not like us, that they're not human beings just like us. And I think that's the main problem. And I truly believe that compassion and understanding is the way to a better world and peace, instead of judgment and prejudice and thinking that the other is different from you. So that's how you can, because when you're dividing and you're creating all these divisions in the society, thinking, oh, these people are Muslims or Christians or Jews. This is how the whole problem, occurs at first place, thinking that people are different from you, whereas they're really not. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. I think that's, I was really horrified, and obviously things, the same, what's the word? The same tragedy happening in Beirut, and it wasn't really covered by the media. That also was very upsetting to see, because it just made me realize that somehow if we can relate to some other human beings, we kind of, we shut our eyes to them, we kind of ignore them, whereas they're just like Parisians, they're just no different. There's a difference between them, so that really made me sad. Because, because this is a Western world, and so we relate to a Western world, and it kind of, first world countries. So as soon as we, hear something happening in the third world countries or like in the Middle East, we kind of assume that this is their destiny, they're destined, or it's somehow I don't know if deserving is such a strong word, but we feel like they're doomed and destined to have this kind of ending. Whereas they're not. They're human beings. This is a tragic, devastating reality that they have to face every single day. And we never really change our profile pictures, or we never put Baghdad or I don't know, Beirut on our Facebook statuses. And that really, really depressed me, because I would like to think that we live in rather decent and humane world, but we really don't. It's not to say, see, I really, really, because whenever you make that statement, people feel like, oh, so are you saying that what happened in Paris is not as bad? No, it is. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not really arguing that. I'm just saying, why don't we have the same reaction, to the same events taking place in another side of the world? These people are also victims of terrorism and ISIS attacks, and somehow, for some strange reason, we're not relating to them. Why? That's my question. Why are we creating all these divisions and these boundaries? We're all human beings. Doesn't matter where we're from, doesn't matter how we, what we look like, doesn't matter what we believe in.
Yourself.
1.
Family.
Intellect.
Honesty.
Compassion.